time that I watch a video, I take away something from it, like useful, you know? And also it's like TV has gotten so bad over time, you know, like, okay, so did you guys ever watch like sitcoms when you were growing up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seinfeld.
Fresh Prince.
Prince.
That's a great example, right? Fresh Prince. You could watch any episode of Fresh Prince.
I like that
The
better.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? You can watch any episode, right, with Will Smith. There's always some moral guidance or some fatherly advice that Uncle Phil's given him or something that you can be like, oh, wow, you know, like something meaningful, right? TV today just has kind of lost that characteristic, I feel. I feel like there are some shows that you could get it in, but another example, Boy Meets World. It's one of my favorite shows. I was
just thinking about that.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I watch that show sometimes and I get the chills because of like, you know, like shit about friendship and like just things that you don't hear anymore. People don't talk about.
All right, on tonight's episode of the Everyday Hustle Show, episode 28, Fatherhood. One of our very own Andrew is going to be a father, and Jen, she's going to be a mother, not a father. And we got into a few different other topics. You know, we talked about some historical topics, some historical things like 4th of July, kind of the importance of that. And we also discussed the importance of YouTube. Put YouTube into your life and kind of use it to implement certain things into your life. And let's get into the episode.
Welcome to the Everyday Hustle Show, where we're figuring it out together over time. On the show, we'll be giving you the tools you need to take your career and life to the next level. So get ready for interviews and topics that will give you a competitive edge against the shuffle we call life. Sure, we might get into some heavy topics, but we also like to laugh and have a fun time too. Are you ready for the show? Here's your hosts, Jesse, Andrew, and Christian.
Good morning, everybody. It's the Everyday Hustle Show. The 20th episode. Welcome to the show, everybody. Yeah. All right, seriously. Christian, go ahead.
Welcome, everybody, to the 28th episode. That was Jesse giving us his radio host impression.
Thank you, everybody.
And tonight we got, well, I guess technically it's today because we're doing it 3 p.m. currently. Actually, 4 p.m.
It's actually 4
p.m.
19.
4:19 because Christian was late
yeah,
again.
I was a little late, which is pretty usual for me. But tonight we're going to talk about some big stuff, actually. Something that we haven't brought up yet. Some big news for Andrew and Jen.
Aww.
And I think Jess has something you want to talk about, too. I'm not
Did
sure.
I
don't know.
Okay.
But for anyone who hasn't followed us, or I should say Andrew hasn't followed him on Instagram or nothing like that, he recently completed the 30 videos in 30-day challenge that he challenged himself to do. And basically, I think just to practice, right? Practice editing skills, practice videography, and you enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you do anything for 30 days in a row, you gotta get better at it.
Yeah.
You know? At least a little bit. And if you're not, then
something's wrong.
Well, it might not be for you.
Yeah.
You know?
No, there were some really, really good videos actually.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about YouTube real quick, because I mean
it's
BooTube.
It's a good segue. You know,
RedTube.
What about it?
I was watching YouTube before we started this episode, you know, and Jesse and Jen both were questioning, you know, why someone would watch YouTube, you know, and I kind of was the same way, you know, a couple years ago, but it's changed over time. It's not really just like one of those things where you go to just to search something and find something. You could also use it as kind of like an entertainment thing. And I think the key with it, just like anything else, is finding people that have common interests that you do, you know, subscribing or following them on YouTube. And then when you open up your YouTube on your TV or your phone or whatever, you have a feed of, you know, all this good stuff, all this good content, right? So like on my feed, I have like, you know, guys who do photo video tutorials. Okay. You know, they do editing tutorials. They do like daily vlogs, you know, and a lot of the guys make a living off YouTube. You know, that's another reason why I watch it a lot. So, I mean, Jesse, if you were to have a YouTube page, you know, if you were to subscribe to all kinds of things, what would you have on your feed?
If I was a watcher?
Yeah. Definitely guitar stuff, right?
Yeah. Guitar stuff.
Cement stuff.
No cement stuff. I don't care about cement stuff.
Jet ski stuff.
Jet ski stuff.
Yep.
You know. I don't know. But even so, like I'm just.
What
I
about
know
you,
it's all
Chris?
there, but I'm
Chris,
just
you
not-
would have soccer.
I'd have soccer.
Yeah.
Probably some music stuff. A lot of music, like
Yeah.
live videos, live
Yeah.
concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of how-to videos, AC related.
Yeah.
I actually still use that. Even I used it I think last week to just to double check, make sure I was doing something right. Because lately I've been working alone, a lot, and
Yeah.
so just to double check, make sure.
Check this out. We have like, okay, so I work at the jet ski shop part time, right? And he knows a guy who is a mechanic. So we're back and forth between the jet ski shop and the mechanic shop almost like a few times a week. You know, there were so like this goes to show you that you could literally use YouTube for anything. The guy who was working in the shop, literally working on someone's car, was watching a YouTube video on how to fix the issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think YouTube's great.
So
for that.
it's like-
that's when I go to YouTube when I'm like, fuck, how do I tie a specific knot?
Right.
You know, I forget.
How
to
often do you need to know how to tie a
Windsor
knot?
When we did our tow ropes,
Oh,
remember we were trying to come up with a
Dude,
knot
that was
doesn't
so
pull
hard.
out.
Yeah.
And
I
so
still don't know how to tie
I went
a
to
knot.
YouTube. Like when I'm going last year on this day, actually going to Drew's wedding.
Ooh.
You know, I
year
needed
ago.
to know how to tie a Windsor knot
Yeah.
on a tie.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
I still do
that's
that.
when
That's
I go
good.
to YouTube.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, but then also it's like kind of like an entertainment thing, you know. But really, what we were just talking about with Jen before we started the episode was, and I kind of amazed myself when I said it, is that every time that I watch a video, I take away something from it, like useful, you know. And also, it's like TV has gotten so bad over time, you know. Like, okay, so did you guys ever watch like sitcoms when you were growing up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Seinfeld.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh
Okay,
Prince.
that's a great example, right? Fresh Prince. You could watch any episode of French.
Prince. I like that
The
better.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? You can watch any episode, right, with Will Smith. There's always some moral
Right.
guidance or some fatherly advice that Uncle Phil's given him, or something that you can be like, oh wow, you know, like something meaningful, right? TV today just has kind of lost that characteristic. I feel like there are some shows that you could get it in, but another example, Boy Meets World. It's one of my favorite shows.
Just thinking about that.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I watch that show sometimes and I get the chills because of like, you know, like
solid.
shit about friendship and like just things that you don't hear anymore. People don't talk about.
Do you
know?
watch the new one? Probably not, right?
No.
With the daughter that they had?
No.
I haven't seen it either.
That's on Disney, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
But like that's a good example, right? So, and then also like there's just guys on there that I, you know, they have qualities and
So do you
things
watch,
that I aspire to you know, to be like.
So you watch like the YouTube TV, or you're just watching just like people putting their own like?
No, it's not YouTube TV.
Okay.
It's my so like on my TV, for example, I'm signed into my YouTube account, right? Which I'm signed into my phone and anything else, right? Or the Apple TV, I'm subscribing into my or signed into my YouTube account. So anyone that I'm subscribed to, like they're on my feed, you know. So
Like it'll show like when they post a new video or whatever.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So it's like the you know, it's tailored to what I want to see. There's always things that I could take away from it. Any video that I watch, I'm learning something from, and it's all free.
Yeah.
And it's not censored.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Yeah, I don't really ever watch YouTube like that. Not like anything long, just because it's like usually I'm listening, so that's why I like podcasts or Audible, because I don't know, I just don't really have, and I don't have data, so that shit eats
Another
up
thing
my
is
data.
too, like we turned off our cable
Oh, you
because
did?
we weren't using it, right? I mean, we have the Netflix, you know, but like sometimes
Cable's unnecessary these days.
yeah, it's not necessary, but sometimes I feel like, you know, with the Netflix, you need to dedicate like your attention
Yeah.
fully to like a show if you're gonna watch it. With like YouTube, it's like, okay, you know, I could throw a video on, you know, 5 to 10 minutes. I could probably learn something. I might get motivated. I might get inspired. You know, anything could happen.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, no, I need cable, dude. I don't know. I just
Jen's
Chris
laughing out
is,
there. Why? What do you watch?
Florida
Well, I mean,
Bama Shore.
What do you watch?
I don't know what it is, but there could literally be the same exact show like on TV that's on Netflix, and it just doesn't feel the same if I'm like,
What?
I don't know what it is, but it literally could be the exact
You
same
just like
episode.
commercials
No, I just like it.
You like censorship
It feels more natural. It feels like
on
it's
cable?
Like, on cable. It feels like I didn't like force it.
You know, if you
I don't know
didn't,
what it is. I don't
if you
know.
didn't pay for cable, you could probably afford more data
That's true.
on your cellular device.
That's true. And then I'd be just a slave to my phone.
Do you have Comcast for cable?
Yeah.
You could get Comcast mobile phone too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Xfinity.
So that's an interesting topic, but I think that people don't use it enough.
YouTube?
Yes. And I think that people kind of don't really know why people use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like one of those things where you just kind of have to be open-minded towards it, and like whatever you're into, whatever you do in life for fun or for work, or you know.
Yeah, well, because it's essentially just Google, but like with video. Like
Yeah,
you literally
like
just
I
go-
started like before we started getting into the podcasting and all that stuff. I used to watch motivational
Yeah.
speakers on YouTube on my way to work,
Yeah.
not the video. I would just run the app.
Uh-huh.
The video would be playing. I wouldn't be watching it. I'd just be playing the sound through my car speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Just motivational speakers. Started with Eric Thomas, went to Les Brown,
Yeah.
you know, Gary Vaynerchuk, all these other guys, and then kind of went into the podcast. But then I always had the YouTube channel, and then once I really started getting into the, I guess for me it's a little different because photo video stuff is all it's like YouTube is just like there's
All
tons of guys on there who do that kind of stuff, you know. So, but I feel like anything you could do, like you want to start a freaking yarn channel about yarn, what's it, knitting or whatever it is. Like I bet you there's a lady with a channel in there who's got like 20,000 subs,
100%.
and she just knits scarves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting material and
And
stuff.
she can monetize on that channel after 1,000 people subscribe to it, and she can make money on the ads and get paid to make videos about making scarves.
Yeah. There's market for sure.
That's why YouTube is fucking killer.
Yeah, but it's definitely hard. Like I feel like
Hell
now,
yeah, it's hard.
Like
What's
nowadays,
what in life is easy?
I'm
That's
just saying,
worth it.
like if okay, so you're saying you could just go get like a start a knitting channel, but it's just there also has to be like a quality too where if you're gonna be doing videos, like if you're thinking about doing videos, there definitely is like that quality. You have to kind of fill the show with stuff and like kind of have a personality and not just like sit there knitting for like 10 minutes and then just say okay I'm done and then expect 20,000 subs.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Just for if anyone was thinking about knitting, it's probably a lot tougher than it looks. But
So the 30th, you want to tell everyone about my 30th video
Go ahead,
for the
Christian,
30th
tell
day?
them, dude.
well, I'll just give the intro because I want you to get into it. But yeah, so I was saying earlier for anyone that doesn't listen or that listens but doesn't follow people on or follow Andrew on Instagram. He did the 30 videos in 30 days, and the last one was a big release or a big announcement.
Finish with the bang.
Finish with a bang.
Big release.
Big release.
Big release.
Big release, everybody.
So that was just
30
the
out of
intro.
30.
I don't want to. I want you to kind of talk.
No,
about,
you could tell everyone.
Just let him.
You could tell everyone.
Christian, freaking tell
Kirsch, I
everyone,
want you to
dude.
tell everyone.
Andrew and Jen are having a baby.
Congratulations, everybody.
That's
Yeah.
big news. How do you feel?
I'm very excited. The baby's due middle of January sometime, beginning of January. What? January 8th. Jen
You
said.
know, Jen, that my mother's
Let's get Jen on the
birthday-
show. Jen, come over here.
My mother's birthday is January 19th, for
Jen.
anybody who was wondering.
Jen, come
So,
here.
For anyone who's wondering.
The new Nyes may share a birthday.
All right, Jen, you can come over here. Come over here on my mic.
I'm not keeping the baby in my belly till January 19th.
I thought you meant you were not keeping the baby, period.
Okay, you could use Jesse's mic. He already turned it for you.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. Ask her some questions.
How does it feel?
I just feel fat right now.
No, you got to get a little closer to the mic.
I just feel fat right now.
And you're how long right now? How far along?
13 and a half weeks.
You got to get closer to the mic.
13 and a half weeks.
Holy smokes! That's like 2 months. Wait,
That's 3.
that's
3
like
months,
That's like
Christian.
3 months. OMG. So
Yeah, she's been pregnant for 3 months.
for 3 months. And so are you nervous? Have you been reading books? What do you like? Are you doing anything to prepare?
Yeah, I've been reading.
Jen's been ready for freaking years.
I've been reading everything.
Yeah.
I have 5 different apps on my phone.
OMG.
She has the bracelet that tracks her sleeping and everything, and the baby's heartbeat and all this stuff, right?
Well, the bracelet doesn't track the heartbeat, but we have
It tracks your heartbeat.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. So
I got an audio book. It's called "Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad."
ask
Ooh, that
ask him how
sounds-
long that he's been listening to it.
I listened to 1 hour out of 4.5.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's grilling me over here, fellas.
Well,
I'm not grilling. Just the last time I asked you, you said you hadn't listened to it. So
Oh.
that's
Well, I've been putting in some work, sister.
yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's good. It's a good book.
It's corny at times. I
Yeah.
think I'm like driving down the street listening to it, thinking like, "What am I doing?" You know.
Right.
But there's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you kind of just figure like I'll just figure it out
Figure
as
it
it
out.
happens.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best way to do it.
I don't know.
Like, do you think people like in the 70s and 80s, like when our parents were pregnant, like were like reading books and like studying on?
Yeah, you're right.
On,
Probably
like-
not.
No, but I haven't listened to your book, but from what I've read, like reviews on the book, it helps you understand
What you're
I'm
going through?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which makes it, I feel like,
So it's not like so much after like when the baby, but just like the during.
the changes my body's going through, like why I'm acting crazy, or
Right.
like what I need help. If you could help me with this would be great. That kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I just,
The book today said that you should make sure you're exercising. Have you been exercising?
I mean, I'm active all day, every day, but no, I haven't. I mean, I've been dying for the last.
Would you like to go to a
12 days, so-
pregnancy yoga class?
Oh.
Yeah, you want to go with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
For real?
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
it's set in stone right now.
Perfect.
All right, pregnancy
Wow.
yoga. All right, do you want to ask Jen anything else?
How excited were you when you found out it was a girl, or were you hoping it was a boy?
I just wanted a healthy baby.
Yeah,
It didn't
doesn't
matter
matter.
to me. Andrew was really
Wanted to.
pulling for a boy, but
I told you why I'm pulling for a boy, right?
yeah, you want to continue the Nyes family name.
Yeah, it's only me and little cousin Billy.
Oh,
So-
Billy, shout out.
So we're just gonna have to try again.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
No big deal. And I really think that, I mean, from what other people say, guys end up liking having girls better because
Yeah.
they're daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Yeah, definitely. And she might listen one day, years from now
To the cast?
to the cast. You
Yeah,
never
when
know.
she's in
You
elementary
never know.
school and shit, we're gonna have a lot of followers, man.
That's true.
We're gonna be fucking busy out here.
She's gonna listen to this and listen back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. That was
thank you
our
for coming out.
special guest for tonight,
Yo,
Jen.
if
Nice. Jennifer. Nice.
if this cast is still going when your child is like 6 months old, I'll be amazed.
Well, that's,
Seriously?
Yeah.
That means we would be podcasting for 18 months.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty good.
Well, we're already 7 months in.
Damn, that's crazy.
Nah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we started
December.
December. It's July.
that's crazy.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff, going through my head about the whole, fatherhood thing. So how were your guys' relationships with your dad growing up?
It was good. It was good. Like for me, when my parents split up, like I was still going to.
Your
hang out-
parents split up when you were how old?
I think I was like 5.
What grade?
I think maybe just started kindergarten.
I was in like second or third grade. My
preschool,
parents
whatever.
divorced. Wow, Jesse's the only one out of us 3 that his parents are still together.
Yeah, they are. They're currently
Shout
in
out to
British
Bon Bon.
Columbia. Fucking,
Bonnie.
just fucking, yeah.
They live, dude. They get out
Yeah.
there and they
They
live.
live. They do shit. They live.
So your parents split up when you were young, but
5, yeah.
you stayed close with your dad.
Yeah, I stayed close with my dad, but then like once, like I remember once he met my stepmother Gabby, then
fucking
things kind of
Gabby.
switched up a little bit. I didn't really spend much time with them, and then I moved from California to Idaho when I was like 11, so like 6 years later, and then I was kind of like pissed off and didn't really talk to him much. But after
Why? What made you pissed off?
Just, I mean, I felt
Teenage
kind of,
angst.
Yeah, and I mean, I was pissed off at my mom and my dad. So like, the whole move, and then him, well, both of them remarrying and having their own separate families. It's kinda
Yeah.
it was weird, but I obviously got over it. Once
Yeah.
you get older, and you kind of look back. But
Yeah.
but now it's good. Yeah, now
You guys are tight now?
yeah,
Great.
Mm.
Growing up for you, Jess? I mean, your dad is a man's man.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it was great. You know?
Y'all hunt a lot? What'd y'all do? Y'all chew backy out in the farm?
My dad would teach me how to drive backhoes and dig holes and shit. That's
tight.
all we ever did. No, I'm just kidding. It was good. I mean, it was.
Yeah, no, you're not. He really he taught you that stuff, no?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
But that's
so you're not kidding.
all he ever did.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we did shit. You know,
It was good.
it was good.
So do you think like if
Here's what I remember about growing up, right? Like, I feel like my dad always wanted me to do the things that he was into.
Right.
Sometimes I was like, okay, I'll do it, and I was into it, and sometimes I just like, I don't know. I was like, no. Did your dad ever try to get how to not really push or force you, but kind of like, gently push you into something like hobby or sport or anything like that you were like, what was it? Hockey for you? What was it for you?
Hunting, but not like
Hunting. It was swimming.
It wasn't that I
swimming
wasn't
for me.
into it, but it wasn't like the same level of
Yeah.
Like now, I'd do it, but like by myself, I won't. I'll do it because it's something to do with him, and I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But it's not something I really want to do in my own free time.
Yeah. I mean, because I could, like we're going to have a little girl, and I'm just, I'm thinking like, what are we going to do together? Definitely jet ski, but she might not like it.
She'll probably be like, freaking screw you, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those things I look back on, like it was swimming for me and lifeguarding, which were like two things that I did for years and years and years growing up, and wasn't really fired up on them, but they instilled good qualities in me nonetheless. I was always in really good shape and athletically,
Yeah, because I mean, when they're first like growing up, I mean, you kind of gotta like not like force them, but like give them like the option, like, hey, do you want like take them to like a soccer camp or something, see if they like it.
Yeah.
So
soccer was another one.
So is there anything
Another
that
big
you're
one.
gonna do like that with her? Like, are you thinking about maybe?
Nah, I'm not even thinking that far ahead.
Yeah,
it just kind of popped into my head, like the whole parenting thing. It's like, I feel like parents always, want to kind of share things with their children that they were into or they liked, and sometimes, because I just remember sometimes, okay, another one, sailing, right? My dad always wanted us to go sailing. He had a little sailboat on the river. I was scared shitless that we were gonna tip over and fucking drown. And the boat was old and creaky, and I didn't like it, dude. Yeah. Every time I went out there, I was like, dude, like, I don't want to fucking die out here on this fucking sailboat, But now I'd love to go on a sailboat,
Yeah.
But I don't.
You live for sketch now. That's the difference, dude.
Exactly.
When you were a kid, you're just fucking instincting out on Pops. You're just like, I don't want to fucking drown out here, Pops. Now you're like, take me, see?
Yeah.
Take me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, so I have, Oki. I have a dog with Kelly. We have a dog, and so so let's say that I'm telling him to get off the couch or to stop trying to bite me or whatever, and then he doesn't listen, and then I get really pissed off.
Yeah.
And I kind of like
you beat him.
I don't beat him, but I'll like maybe like push him off the couch or whatever. And
you push your dog off the couch,
yeah,
dude?
I'll get like really angry.
You're sick freak.
So like I'm thinking like, dude, like. I heard of someone else talk about this too the other day, like, and they're actually parents or about to be parents, and I'm like thinking like, damn, like what if I'm like talking to hopefully I'll have a kid someday and they don't listen, what I'm saying? I hope I don't like free. I mean, I'm sure I won't, but
who got hit by their parents?
I've been hit by my parents a couple times.
Once or twice, but I definitely deserved it. It was like
you were probably a little prick bastard.
Yeah,
when
not
you were growing
really
up.
Like too.
I got hit all the time. It's
But
just
I
kind
got hit a
of.
few times.
I definitely said something I shouldn't have said directly to somebody's face. And just
What
got
was it? Do you
fucking
remember?
laid out.
Do you remember?
Like I was probably mad about something and called my
Do you
mom a
remember
bitch
what you said or
something.
not?
Fucking,
Do you remember what you said or
not
not?
exactly, but
Okay,
I probably like called my mom a bitch or fucking
Dude,
said "fuck you, dad."
I would hit you right now too.
I deserved it.
Yeah.
I recognize.
Not freaking Bamba.
I
don't
feel
deserve
like
that.
in the 90s, in the early 90s, it was just like, that's okay.
Beating season.
And
Well, yeah.
now it's like, if you're in public and you see someone smack their kid, you're like, ooh. When I see someone smack their kid in public, I said, good for you. You know what I'm saying? You smack that little
A
fucker.
little fucking shit.
You say.
Are you gonna beat your kid?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm sure it's different when you have your own kid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I can't speak on that yet.
But you gotta change with the times, you know.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? everybody?
Communication. That's gonna be huge. But I don't know. I
Well-
just feel like I'm gonna get like really upset. Like if I'm gonna try to like, okay, so let's say I'm gonna try to maybe,
Wait, are you talking about the dog again?
no, like kid. So like give like a lesson or something. I feel like if I'm like thinking about myself at a young age, trying to like give myself a lesson, I would not give two shits, and I would be like, all right, you know, fuck you. I'm gonna go do whatever the hell I want. That's gonna be like frustrating as a parent.
Right.
You gotta take life like a Boy Meets World, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You incorporate some kind of humor with a little bit of a.
Hopefully, you have a good neighbor that will come and like
No.
over
No.
the.
Well, he
These
does. have-
That's
no
boy-
no.
that's Boy
The
Meets
people
World.
on one side of me sell pills. The people
Gary.
behind me, they don't speak English.
Gary's great though.
Yeah, and Gary, yeah, I would definitely trust Gary with my kids.
Gary could teach your daughter how to like wrench on a Harley or something.
Yeah, I mean he's got a couple of kids. But yeah, no, it's not like
That's
that.
Boy
man.
Meets World, dude. You know, and he was a principal. Remember?
Dude, Feeney was the man.
Yo, he was legit.
Yeah.
Feeney was the man.
I wonder how much residual pussy Feeney got from fucking
Dude.
Boy Meets World. What?
What is it? Residual?
Residual fucking
Stop,
ass.
dude. Oh my god.
That means like after the show ended, you know. How
So
long
today is Jen and I and my 1 year anniversary
That's true.
too. So there's just a lot of big stuff going on,
7-7.
Yep.
That's true.
Been married
Yeah.
for a full year. You guys want to ask me any questions, advice for you and your
Yeah.
girlfriends?
How does it feel, dude?
How does what feel?
How does it feel?
How does it feel being freaking married for a year, dude?
Right? It flew by.
Well, you guys,
It's-
It was like a
did.
freaking
was there.
snap of your fingers and bam.
you
I
guys
was
were
there.
together, living together for how long before being married? I know you guys were together for a while, but living together
What, 2 years?
2 years before getting.
Jen, 2 years? Lived together 3 years before he got married.
First rule of marriage: don't forget shit like that.
What? How long that we were living together before
Yeah.
we got married?
Jen's
No.
secretly over there pissed right now.
But here's something very exciting. We had the wedding cake in our freezer for the past year.
What?
What?
We're gonna eat it tonight.
Are you fucking
Is
kidding
it?
me?
Is this? Still
We
gonna be good?
drove the cake
The
from
whole
New
entire
Jersey
cake?
to Florida, put it in our freezer for a year, and Jen's making me eat it tonight.
So you guys were planning this the whole time?
Jen's
She-
not.
she
gonna-
planned it,
Is
I don't
wait,
know.
Wait. Is it thawing out right now?
It's thawed, brother.
Can we have a celebratory piece,
Slice?
or is it only for Drew?
Babe, can Chris and Jess have a piece?
Is it even good?
They can have a piece tomorrow. Apparently, it is. I
Well, you know what?
tasted
You know
the
what?
icing.
You know what happens, Christian? When you freeze stuff, it stays good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Lesson.
I don't.
That's a
I
lesson
guess
right there.
yeah. Like it's just all sugar, you know. When you freeze, like
Fuck
it's like
yeah,
like
it's
an
good.
ice pop.
My
a
mom does
popsicle.
that with everything. She'll like get fucking grapes and fucking freeze them. And shit that you can just buy regularly. I don't quite understand it, but they always stay good.
Yeah.
Might be a little mashed.
But I feel like that's like so much extra work to take them out and
No.
for like fruit like that.
What was it in?
Just a box, like a to-go
It
box.
didn't like. Oh, fuck yeah, you got.
Yeah,
you
Jen said I'm
store
excited. We have more
meats.
room in the freezer.
You
Yeah,
fucking
it
store
wasn't too
meats
much
in
room
there.
there.
That's true. Some steaks.
So, other than that, what's going on with you, Chris? I mean,
Nothing too much, man. Another solid week. I had Wednesday off because 4th of July. And at this job, after 3 months, you get like all the holidays paid and off. So paid holidays.
yeah.
We're
What'd you
just-
guys all do for the 4th of July?
We all hung out, dude.
Oh yeah, we were together. We were together. Shout out to the Garvins for hosting another
Yo.
banger.
By the way, my truck got fucking destroyed. Was your truck fucking destroyed?
Oh,
I don't know why'd you park it there?
I didn't even think
I
about
didn't
it.
even notice it till the next day. There was like fucking ash
residue,
and fucking
yeah.
red fucking bullshit all over. But anyways, I'm
Yeah,
getting a new
that's
truck.
why I rode my bike.
You
Getting a new truck in a month.
What? From work?
A
August
month, dude? You said
12th.
it was a month.
No, I just got the delivery date is August 12th.
Cool. So 4th of July was good. What do you guys think about that holiday?
4th of July?
Kind of weird, you know.
What
It's
do
got
you
a
mean?
good like theme behind it, like fucking America,
Independence?
Independence Day.
Yes.
As someone from the Mexican descent, Christian, how do you feel about Independence Day in America?
I mean,
How do you feel
it's-
about that being a brown guy?
It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff behind it, but I don't know. I don't really like.
We didn't like destroy Mexico on the 4th of July.
Definitely
so-
didn't destroy Mexico that day, no. But I mean, I fuck with it in the sense that like, you know, the whole thing was standing up against Britain or whatever. You know, Britain wanted to take away like everyone's guns, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of other shit, but like basically just stand. So anytime there's like a holiday or anytime there's like a situation in history where people stood up for what they believed in and fought back, I fuck with to a certain extent. So
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
I just think it's cool, you know. I'm American.
Yeah.
We're in America, so
you gotta
we're
do what
celebrating
Americans
America.
Real deep, Jess.
I'm gonna celebrate America. It's simple to me, you know. I
Yeah,
don't need
keep
to
it
know
simple.
like why the fuck there's an Independence Day.
Well,
What
'cause
about
just know-
what about all the people who died for your rights
Well,
and
that's
your freedom?
great, but that's why you know I'm freaking celebrating because we're independent and there's fucking.
Well, if
I respect the shit out of military. I always wanted to be in the fucking military, even though I'm a wet piece of shit. So
Did you say a wet piece of shit?
yeah, that's why I didn't join the military.
Yeah,
but
I wanted to join too, but
I wanted
bitched
to
out.
like fly a fucking plane or some shit, man. Kamikaze style. Not really.
Yeah.
But I did want to fucking be in like the Air Force or something, but you know, shit doesn't always work out.
Yeah, I mean, if that wouldn't have happened, then we would have been Great Britain still.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been America.
But
So you know what's funny? I don't even know that. Like what you're just talking about Great Britain. I don't even know what you're talking
can
about.
we fact check
And,
him right now?
Fact check it, dude.
Because I honestly don't necessarily believe anything Christian says.
Fact check it, dude.
But yeah.
I only really know about it because I mean a lot of the people I have a pretty mixed a pretty diverse group of like social media friends or whatever, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like you said, there's definitely you know, it definitely does get political, and a lot of people do like, you know, talk about the negatives of all these like historical dates and stuff like that, like the whole Columbus thing, and you know, like how America even became America to begin with. So even before the whole like Great Britain thing, you know, there's a lot of history. You know,
Don't they say that like Christopher Columbus was a murderer?
well, I mean, I don't know about like himself, but yeah, I mean, like the people that he was with. I mean, when they came, that was like the whole like pilgrimage or the pilgrim like Thanksgiving that whole time. And yeah, I mean, it was basically they came to a country that wasn't theirs, you know, exploring or whatever, and essentially, you know, took over the land, gentrified or whatever, changed the people. I'm sure like made some of them slave. I don't know like the 100% details, but yeah, I mean, just like anything else, I mean, it's all, everyone that's here is essentially immigrants or whatever. So it's,
Yeah. Yeah, because people want to say, "Oh, America this, America that." It's like I'm not. I'm like from freaking Poland or Germany
Yeah.
or some shit, you know.
yeah, I mean,
So-
I fuck, you know, I'm definitely, you know, I don't like consider myself not American. I'm definitely American, but I also don't think that like, you know, I think I'm like lucky, you know, to have been born here. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Because like my grandparents.
Once you go outside of the country, you
Yeah.
realize that even more, like how lucky and fortunate we are.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why people are trying to get to this country. you
Yeah.
know?
Jess, what nationality are you?
I'm German and Italiano.
Ooh.
Spaghetti.
You like sausage?
Fucking love sausage. And
What
shit.
about prosciutto?
Oh, prosciutto. I had pasta rizzoli last night
Oh, where'd you go?
with some chicken parmesan. I went to.
I don't think you need to say it like that.
No, you do, dude. If you're partially from Italy, you have to do that.
You just have to.
Yeah, we went to Olive Garden last night. And,
Yo, I don't really like Olive Garden.
I like their pasta rizzoli and the chicken parmesan.
It's like
No, it
expensive
was-
for no reason.
It was, but I didn't pay for it, so
Nice.
I offered to pay.
I went to Bonefish.
Who
Grill
paid
last
for your
night.
dinner?
Helene and her brother or something.
Shout out to Helena.
And her
Fuck
brother.
yeah. No, we take care
Or
of each other.
something.
You know?
Well,
But,
that was
um,
interesting.
Yeah.
That was an interesting history.
Yeah, a little history lesson.
Yeah, a little history. A little history for your fucking
So,
mind.
I mean, I'd still been. I went to a little job interview today. Not a job interview. I'm just thinking about maybe getting another part-time job while I'm working on this business. This business thing that I've been trying to start is just taking so long, and
Getting
I'm kind
anywhere
of
with it,
getting.
though?
I don't know, dudes. I'm
Getting tired
just
of it?
not getting tired of it. It's just like 3 steps back, 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
It's just.
It doesn't hurt to like fucking do something else in the meantime, though.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I mean,
if
I
I-
already am doing something else, and
No, I know.
my time is already limited, but it's like I want to make more money.
But
Right.
yeah,
That's
I'm
what it
saying
is.
I respect that and understand that.
Yeah, like I want to make more money. But at the same point, it's like, because like it's strange. I've like kind of been thinking in my head, like, oh, maybe I'll just say fuck it and just like go get another job.
Yeah.
Like not like a part-time job,
Like
like
a real, yeah.
yeah, I guess real. What the fuck does that mean? But
Well,
like
a
a
full time job.
yeah, like a full-time
Right.
job. But then I'm like, why would I? That goes against everything that I stand for. That would be just going backwards on everything that I've been working on the past 6 months.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how I've been feeling with it. It's just like, it's kind of just to the point where it's like everything is a hurdle. But I know that nothing, good is easy.
Right.
But it also takes a lot of money,
Yeah.
to start a business.
Oh yeah, 100%. And all of it, like we've said in the past, is all like on you or your partner. But like, yeah, it's tough to create that income all by yourself.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because somebody like was like, "Oh, hey, do you have a few minutes?" And they were like pitching me on like all this shit, and they're like asking me, what you're going to do to be different and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to like reinvent the wheel, like I'm just going to provide a service, work hard and be honest and have quality shit, like I feel like everybody's like, oh, what's your edge going to be? How's it going to be different? This, that, and that. So I don't need an edge. It's like a very simple process. It's just like a pizza shop, like, yeah, you could have coal fire or you could do all this fancy shit, but the most successful places are just the places who have a basic recipe that's worked, that's proven, and they just multiply it.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, people are just shitty. People are shitty people, Like, oh, are you gonna sell steroids? You could sell steroids out of the bag. I'm like, dude.
Oh, of the
Like
of the
because it's gonna be like a supplement.
Yeah.
Juice bar, smoothies, supplements, and like, yeah, you could do extra income and like you could do this. And you could just shut up, dude. You could do that, and you could leave me alone. It'd be cool,
Yeah. Have you thought about like trying to find a job that's related to videography? I don't know if there's like even a.
No, there is. I looked at a couple.
You know what you should do?
What, dude?
Join the local 500, dude.
What's
And video for like
Could you link me up with your union guy?
I could set you up.
You got
with who to
fired
call.
from that gig, didn't you?
No, I didn't, but I got a call this week. And they're confusing as shit, It sucks because I was telling Helena, it's not to completely derail the subject, but I work a shitload normally.
Mm-hmm.
And like originally when I set it up with them, I have my availability is only Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday. So they know that.
And they're trying to book you on.
Well,
the
now he
weekend.
calls me. He left me a message on like Tuesday and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna offer you a slot to keep you in rotation. And he didn't flat out say it, but what that sounds like to me is like, due to inactivity, if I don't take a job soon, I'll get kicked off of the rotation. Right?
Yeah.
So then I call him back and he's like, "Are you interested?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." I said, "When is it? Saturday?" He's like, "No, it's like tonight." And it was like Tuesday, and I'm like, "Well, bro, I can't. I gotta be up for like at 4:30 in the morning for fucking work." And he's just like, "All right," all kind of disappointed. But it's like, when was my availability ever set
Right.
in those times, you know? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I mean, if I get fucking kicked from it, it sucks. But right now I'm kind of in a position where my main thing is my main thing, and it's going good, and I can't like put that to the side to do something else that is like fun to do, but isn't really consistent right now. Which I wish it was, but right now it just isn't. And
yeah, and I'm sure if you were to explain it to them like that, then they're not gonna.
Yeah,
what are they gonna do?
All right, whatever.
Oh, so I'm supposed to just sit here with my fucking dick in my hand until you call me to work?
Yeah, because like they haven't even called me.
Yeah, no,
for fucking like a month, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. You know,
Yeah,
I haven't done a
that.
fucking job,
And
which
just,
is it is what it is. But they do through that. They do. I know I met a guy who's like the video guy. So when they do all the concerts at Coral Sky, he's the video guy for the Megatrons.
Oh shit.
That do the live show, and he.
Yeah, see, that would be cool. That'd be a cool, like, gig.
But there's
Be
video work
it.
through that. I mean.
Yeah.
Get you in contact with
Live
other people.
Nation and shit like that. Be sweet.
Maybe I'll check that out. Get on Craigslist.
Even if you're doing the audio shit, it's kind of like you don't have to know a whole lot even to do some of the shit that I've been doing.
Yeah.
A lot of time you're just like, there's people there who tour with the fucking bands and they're like telling you what to do. Hey, I need this. And you fucking bring it to them. It's not like rocket scientists. You could even do that and it pays good.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, a lot of times people think, well, when you have an idea and you go into something, it's always easier in your head than it is than when you actually execute on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, just fucking sign a lease, start a fucking store, and fucking make your own destiny. It's that easy. Well, like that's so much fucking more challenging than that.
Oh yeah.
But I've been learning a lot, and I'm gonna fucking do it. It's just one foot in front of the other. You know.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that's it. No. How are we doing on time?
40 minutes.
What did you have something else you want to talk about or no?
No.
That's it.
That's it. All right, so that's going to wrap up the 28th recorded episode. Make sure you guys subscribe and give us a rating. Don't give us 5 stars if you don't think we deserve it.
Yeah.
Jesse, tell us about your chicken meal again. What's it called?
Chicken meal?
What's it called at the Olive Garden you had?
Oh, pasta brajol. No, that's the soup. I'm talking about the chicken parmesan.
Saragazzi.
So if you think that deserves 5 stars, go ahead and click 5 stars from Jesse's Italian accent. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.